Peace, chosen ones. Happy Our Wisdom Wednesday. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for being here. And tonight I want to speak about frequency suppression and misalignment. So I've been noticing a lot lately, and I've come to the conclusion that a lot of people are not blocked. They're not cursed, they're not unlucky, they're just misaligned. And most of the time, it's not even intentional. And something that goes alongside misalignment is frequency suppression. Because frequency suppression doesn't always look dramatic, it doesn't always look like someone attacking you. Most of the time, it looks like your everyday, regular life. It looks like staying in conversations that subtly drain you. It looks like over explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you just to make you upset, just to make you feel like you're in the wrong, or to make you feel like you're crazy. It looks like consuming content, environments, or emotional patterns that quietly pull you out of your natural rhythm. And the thing about that is your outcomes respond to your frequency, not to your intentions. You can desire to have abundance, you can want peace, you can want love, health, expansion, all of the good things that we all want. But if your nervous system, your habits, your emotional baseline are tuned to survival, chaos, or self betrayal, the signal you're broadcasting doesn't match the destination you're asking for. That's what misalignment is. Sometimes frequency suppression isn't something being done to you. Sometimes it's something you're unknowingly participating in. Every time you silence your intuition to keep the peace, every time you stay where your spirit feels heavy, especially unwanted, just because it's familiar, every time you keep one foot in an old identity while trying to step into a new timeline, your frequency gets split. And a split frequency creates delayed results, or even sometimes no results at all, which is not what we want. In my own personal experiences, I've learned that your body actually tells the truth before your mind catches up. Fatigue, confusion, brain fog, irritation for what seems to be no logical reason, sense of stagnation even when you're doing all the right things. Those are signs that your inner compass is being overwritten. When this happens, you want to tune into the frequency of the owl because owls can see what others miss, and owl energy isn't loud, it's accurate. When something is misaligned, you feel it as tension. When something or someone is suppressing your frequency, you can feel it as heaviness. And it's not because you're weak or too much or over emotional. It's because you're being perceptive, which is a good thing. An important thing to remember is not everyone benefits from you being in alignment. Most systems, social, emotional, even relational, such as friends, family, romantic relationships, quietly rely on people staying dysregulated, doubting themselves, or constantly reacting. This is actually a form of entertainment for them, and it's also energy harvesting because when you are dysregulated and they are also dysregulated, some people feed off of another person's lower vibration just to bring themselves to a higher frequency. A regulated, aligned, observant person doesn't feed into the chaos, and chaos always notices when its food source pulls away. So when you start choosing rest instead of reaction, silence instead of explanation, and boundaries instead of overgiving, it can feel uncomfortable at first. And it's not because it's wrong or you're doing something wrong, but because you're no longer leaking energy, which is what we want. Alignment often feels quiet. It feels boring sometimes to the ego, and it can also feel lonely before it feels expansive. But in those quiet moments is where your frequency recalibrates. And once your frequency recalibrates, outcomes don't have to be chased. They recognize you. And that's the part that no one can take away from you. No one can fake that part. You don't manifest by force, you attract by coherence. When your inner world, your values, your habits, and your nervous system are all speaking the same language at the same time, life responds differently to you. It'll feel like opportunities feel smoother and they come more often without hassle. People will either rise to meet you or naturally fall away. There'll be no fighting, no arguments. It would just be you recognizing that you are not on the same frequency as this person, and that person recognizing that they are not on the same frequency as you. It's no ego battle. Your yes will carry power, and your no will carry peace. It's as simple as that. So if things are feeling slow for you right now, which we are right in the middle of winter, we are still wrapping up this 9-year cycle. Even though it's 2026, we are still in the final stretches of the year 9, which is a very karmic year. So things probably feel slow and heavy right now. And if your outcomes feel delayed, before assuming that something is wrong, there are some questions that we have to ask ourselves, such as, where am I out of alignment with my own truth? And that's the biggest question that each of us has to answer. Like I mentioned before, tune into the owl's energy, because owls don't rush. They observe, they adjust, and then they move, but with precision. And when you move from alignment, nothing meant for you will miss you. If you stay to the end, thank you so very much. I appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure to tune into next week's Owl Wisdom Wednesday. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Take care of yourself. Protect yourself. Speak life over yourself. I love you. Peace.